25,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
They're only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run for it, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Etienne.
And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Etienne up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. And Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Murray.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, here's Willis.
And this is caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 33 yards that time.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Willis looking to throw it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Cam Akers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
On the return is Jones from the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown. So Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Dale.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on.
ETN once more. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray now to throw.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Screenplay, here's Etienne.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Jalen Armour-Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Butker's kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
2nd down, here's Willis. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. Finding room at midfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch right there.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up.
And in for the Lions touchdown.
Kyle Pitts,
32 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. The return is Jones from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Murray.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A give, running right is Akers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Willis now off of play action.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Willis now off play action.
And this one is incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Play action, Willis.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Sets up 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Seven Pirates. Let's go, lead. Back to 60. Trap 60.
Willis, 4th down here.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, that discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. From the 29, Murray. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Working free to drop it for the sack there was Amari Barno.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Murray. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Christian Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Murray escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. dime look defensively for the Lions on third. A final shot before half for Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, he'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Murray now. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Willis on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Marcus Jones there for the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Akers. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On 1st down, Willis. For Marshall, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
19 Tiger.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Willis on 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Willis. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Murray. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but but it didn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we go.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Again to throw. Willis on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down at 4, Willis. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall from 3 yards out. And the Lions are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return is Jones from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Akers is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw, Willis. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyquan Thornton with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the Seahawks on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. On play action, it's Murray. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Willis will look to throw on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Christian Watson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now Murray off play action. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is, For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one lines up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Ready, ready. 19 tight.
Now Willis on 4th down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. And can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what? They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Murray, one final try. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.